Hello, fourth graders. It's Miss Hannah, and today I am going to show you a little more on explanation writing. So I'm going to make an example of what we are asking you to do this week. So on my screen, you guys will be able to see the slideshow for the fourth grade writing this week. So, what is an explanation? And why would an author write this? So an explanation is to explain how or why something happens and to inform a reader about it. So this is the slide I like to refer to most while writing. Note that I do know a lot about softball. However, I did do a little research before I started writing to have some facts about softball that maybe I didn't know off the top of my head to keep my writing interesting. So we want to make sure that we have a beginning, that we have facts and examples to support our topic. We want to make sure that we are organized in a way that it will make sense to our reader, and then we want to have an ending that kind of sums up what our paragraph was about. So what is softball? So I'm going to start by starting with an beginning. So I like to indent, and you should too. And I'm also going to use capital letters and punctuation in my sentences. So I am going to start with a little fun fact. So I'm going to say, do you know what sport was invented in 1887 in Chicago, Illinois? The answer to this question is softball. So here I'm going to pause. I've played softball since I was a little kid. I didn't know it was invented in Chicago, but by doing some little research and getting some information on this topic and reading about it, I was able to find that out and include it in my writing. So again, don't be afraid to research whatever you are going to write about. Next, I am going to talk a little bit more about softball, and I'm going to relate it to baseball a little bit because maybe my reader has played baseball. So softball is a sport that is very similar to baseball, but has some slight differences. Period. For example, it is played on a smaller field with bases only 60 feet apart. The pitchers pitch underhand and the ball is larger. The things you need to play a game of softball include 10 players, a ball, bats, gloves, and a softball field. Let's see. Did you know that softballs are not actually soft? They are hard, large balls about 11 to 12 inches in circumference, period. Now, at this point, it is a good time to kind of stop, reread what you've written so far, make sure that it makes sense, and then keep going. So I've said some cool, interesting facts about it. I've talked about what you need, and now I'm going to go a little bit on kind of how it's played. So I am going to say softball is played with two teams where each team takes a turn playing in the field and batting at the ball. One team pitches while the other team tries to hit the ball. With bats. Just like in baseball, in softball you must also get 3 outs. To get an out, you must get the ball to the base before the runner gets there or gets 3 strikes on the batter. Oop, I see that I have a few errors where I forgot to include some stuff, so you want to make sure that you are able to go back and correct as you go. All right. So, I'm going to keep going and I'm going to explain about innings. Softball is played in innings, and there are 7 total innings in a game. An inning is when each team has batted and played the field. The team that gets the most runners around the bases is the team that wins the game. Now, as you can see, explaining a game is not as easy as you'd think. There's so many things the reader might not know because they've never played it before. So there is so much I could go back and add. But for today, we're going to say that what I've done is good. And I'm just going to write a few sentences to kind of sum up the end of my writing. So I will say softball is a sport that many people enjoy playing, and there is a variety of different, going to go back quick, my typing is not so great, different types you can play with different rules. If you get a chance, it is definitely a sport that you should try. And definitely messed up the word definitely. So here is a quick way that I've shown you how to write an explanation writing using the guidelines in your slideshow. So my writing today is definitely not perfect, and there's so many details I can go back and add. So my suggestion to you is start with a little and then go back in, reread, see where you can make some improvements. So I hope this helped you while you are writing your explanation writings, and good luck, writers!